So as some of you knows, when I'm doing the shows and the show circuit all over the UK, I'm very passionate about what I'm doing, trying to save these unwanted dogs, being pet dogs, turning them back into the working dogs and finding them the right homes. So one of my many questions I get asked at the shows or emails or phone calls is dogs that pull you down the road. To me, dogs just take on jobs. Sometimes they take on the wrong job that we don't want them to have and can lead into all sorts of trouble. Dogs that walk in front of us can easily turn into aggressive dogs. Usually they're on the guard, they're taking on the guard role, so they're looking for other dogs coming towards them. So I'm going to try and show you how I stop dogs from pulling you down the road, which is one of the commonest questions I get asked. So hi Adam, how you doing?
Hello.
Pleased to meet you. Now you've just seen Adam being dragged across the lawn here by his beautiful dog. Your dog's name?
Alfie.
Alfie. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is I'm going to try and give Adam some pointers about how to stop your dog pulling. One of the frequent questions I get asked about dog issues is pulling the owner down the road or in the park. So I'm going to start with a scenario. I think it's one of the most important things we do is actually set up scenarios so we can catch the trigger and not the bullet. So really important that we have to focus on ourselves. We have to be in a balanced state of energy, nice and relaxed. Okay, we're going to start setting up with the dog beside us, and we're going to shorten the lead to the hand. This is the brake hand. Okay, we're going to have him sitting right beside us, and what we're going to try and do is just do a 10 or 15 minute lesson, and we're not got any agenda. We're just going to walk straight down, straight ahead, and we're going to do corrections as many times as we can. So what we're trying to do is be repetitive. The key is catching the trigger. It's all about timing when you stop a dog doing its job or breaking this habit. You have to make sure we get the timing right. Otherwise, the dog just sees this as a job. There's no bad dogs in the world, they've just got the wrong job. So what we're going to try and do is show the dog that, thanks for doing that job, thanks for putting me down and looking after me, but now you need to walk beside me or behind me, and I'm going to be taking over that role now. You're fired from that job, but thank you very much for your service. And that's the message we're trying to get across to our dog. Okay, so we're going to set this up. So basically, I want you right beside your dog, front shoulder right there, short lead. I know he wants to go already, so but just have a short lead there, loose here. I'm not worried about him going left or back. We don't want to over control him at this stage. All we're trying to do is just teach him he's not allowed to go in front of our toes. We've got this invisible line in front of our toes. As soon as he crosses that, we're going to do a correction. And we're going to do two types of pressure. We're going to do a physical pressure and a verbal pressure. Now, at any time, if your dog's looking scared, you're putting too much pressure on. It's that simple. But if your dog's ignoring you, you have to put a little bit more pressure on. It has to be quite sharp and sudden, because what he's doing is in tunnel vision. He's got this job. He's very passionate about it. As soon as he goes in there, he's like lock torpedo. So what we're going to try and do is break that tunnel vision, snap him back to us, and put him back into a submissive state. Now, putting the dog back into a submissive state is very as simple as just eyeballing your dog, getting in front of your dog, eyeballing them, and when we put pressure on our dog, we're disagreeing with the job it's got. We're going to do two types of pressure, one physical and one verbal. After a lesson, or even two or even three lessons at the max, we're going to be weaning off the physical lesson and just using the verbal. So every time he starts crossing, we make this noise, that's the verbal pressure, and that will bring him back in line with our beside us, letting us be in the front. Okay, so but first we've got to put that in him and also teach him. The physical one's quite important to start with, but we want to wean that off. We don't want to always be the physical, but it has to be joint up to start with, physical and verbal pressure together. So as soon as he starts walking, Alfie's going to walk. As soon as he goes in front, we're going to step in front, gently push him back, and put that noise. Once he goes submissive, you take the pressure off. Okay, back in position, and you start walking again. He goes in front, back, put a pressure, he goes submissive, and then off we go again. And basically, we're catching that trigger at the earliest part. The weakest part of any habit is right at the start. And once he's relaxed, as soon as he relaxes, take the pressure off him. Don't keep pressure on a dog, okay, when they go submissive, okay, because the reward is that. But if he goes stuck back to pulling again, we go back, disagree with the job, get back beside him when he's relaxed, and start walking again. He goes back in front, disagree. Good boy, Alfie. So, he's starting to work beside me. As soon as he goes in front now, good boy. Noise, push back. Try and be in front of the direction he was. So just basically right in front, a little bit of pressure, release the pressure, and off we go again. Relax, sit back and move forward. And after a while, you can start to wean off the physical, that invisible line. So we're going to walk this way. Good boy, good boy, good boy. Good boy, good boy. Here we go. Good boy. And relax and walk straight. Nice and loose, nice and relaxed. Now it's your turn. Okay, so nice and gentle, not too much pressure on the throat because we want him to go in front. Okay, so start with him right beside you. Good boy. And have a nice gentle walk. I think my lesson's already cured him. Okay, turn around. Okay, swing around and come back towards me. Nice relaxed lead now. Look at that. Change dog. Okay, and so we've done really well in his first lesson. I'm very excited about that, but he will need me topping up tomorrow. He'll wake up excited. He'll want to go back to pulling because that's a job he's had for quite a while now. So again, just go through that 5-10 minute routine and you'll notice a massive change in it in a very short time. I mean, a lot of people go out there and buy harnesses or special leads. They're not really curing the habit or job he's taken on. All they're trying to do is mask it. So what I try and do and get across is actually we need to cure this dog from doing that job and get him onto the job that you want him to do. And they're very smart animals, and if we get the right timing and get the right message to them, they accept the decision from the pack leader and they move on. So yeah, very well done. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thank you.
Very quickly. So what we're doing is just saying to that dog that no, we don't want you to be pulling us down the road. We want you to be beside us. And dogs are desperate for a job. Any dog just wants a purpose. I mean, they just need to find the right job. And once we show them what jobs we want and have that mental stimulation, they're as happy as dog you ever come across. But when they've got the wrong job and we're fighting with them, it's a seesaw. You know, when they take over, we get all emotional and so on and so forth. So what we're going to try and do is make it very clear to them that this job is not for them. And in a very short time, Alfie, being a very smart dog, has picked it up in a very short lesson or two. It's not going to be perfect yet. He's got probably another lesson or two in him. But it does happen once you get the timing right. The dog understands it very quickly and the dog lets go of that job. When they dogs take on the guard dog in the family, being aggressive towards other dogs coming towards it or other things, that's a very stressful dog. He's always on the lookout. He's always kind of seeing what dangers. He's reading what energy is coming towards him with other dogs. Some other dogs, certain dogs will trigger him, certain dogs won't. That's all part of them reading the energy. And it's a very stressful job to have for a dog. So when they don't have that job anymore, the dogs are much more happy. They're much more relaxed. And you can see the body language just sort of changes. And instead of just going out on a walk all uptight and overexcited and what's going on, they're just much more warm, calmer and into a nice gentle walk.